Hello, YouTube. Today, as we go practice range, it's only gonna be one match of Bounty Hunter. But I guess I want to go bear a rant on fandoms, because really, fandoms in general all
My business,
do this.
my
Really don't care about
rules.
the consequences of their actions and moves. Like, let's use an example that let's look at Undertale, where the fandom went and basically pushed people into it so much that a lot of people don't want to do anything with it because of how hard they were pushed into the whole Undertale fandom. And so a lot of people dislike it because of how hard people pushed into the idea of the Undertale and all that. And so that was one major problem. Now there's a lot of people who dislike it and don't really like talking about it, which is sad. It's a good game. There's unique ideas out there in the Undertale fandom.
It's a perfect day for
They just
some
went push it too far with how hard they pushed on people in the game. Now, as with
the hunter lays a trap for
other
his prey.
things, slowing time of pain, what is a
That's done.
anyway, the Overwatch fandom. It doesn't do as bad as other stuff.
Much better.
But really, like any other fandom, that's like there's a lot of people who do strange stuff with Overwatch. But yeah, there's some things here that I question about the Overwatch fandom.
If at first you don't
It's
succeed,
like, really?
blow it up
Why
again.
here? Why is that there? Etc. etc. Like plenty of fan.
Fire in the hole!
Done.
It's on for you!
Hold up. Anyway, next fan. Basically, this fandom's in general. All
I get rid of me, that.
yeah, really, the thing I don't want to say about the Overwatch fandom. But see, it really is a lot of fandoms who sadly have to deal with this fandom. And just the creators, because they don't do anything, they don't care. Or other stuff. And so, really, my whole problem was how bad the get with it.
Fire in the hole!
Oh yeah, I saw it, folks. I really got distracted there. But, yeah, that was my bounty, and, yeah, that's the only thing I thought now after the whole match is over, because really I was distracted. Basically, fandoms in general have the cons and pros and all that, and it's like, I just need to say, a few of them I am tired of the problems. Problems of, one, My Hero Academia goes and constantly makes ships gay, and it's like, and do not accept like straight ships. I'm like, are you kidding me? There are canon straight ships for crying out loud. Are you all like the opposite of homophobics or something? I'm sorry, but it drives me nuts, and I'm really just sick of it. If it really for me, it's like with the whole gay shipping. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's your thing. I don't really care. I don't care for it. But when it gets over the top, I'm like, okay, I want people to enjoy some regular straight ships and not be overrun with these gay ships that are not actual canon ships. Because really, I prefer canon ships and all that, really, with shipping and all that. I like Deku Nuwaka from My Hero Academia. That's the more likely ship to happen than any of the other ones. And I'm really just sick of the whole like thing of making Deku gay. Because the reality is, he is straight, okay? There's plenty of evidence towards him being more straight. And besides, right now, the odds of me like getting with someone is not too high, so it's like, would you all stop with the nonsense you're all doing? Because really, I'm just sick of it. Sick of it with the whole, like, how far the My Hero Academia goes, the My Hero Academia fan goes too far. Drives me nuts. Then with the FNAF fandom, they go two directions with William Afton and what they think of him. And really, even theorists do this. Because I'm sorry, theorists, but you ignore major parts of the lore, evidence towards something else. And you seem like to push the fandom, or even the creator himself, to start ignoring what he put there. Which really, I'm sick of it. And that is either people who are like rare, small channels who really get hated on, I may think, making William Afton like an innocent victim who was forced to do it by glitch trap or nonsense like that. That's not the case. William Afton's not innocent. But then the other extreme that people go to is he's just a heartless killer who doesn't care for his family at all, and he's a heartless monster. Sure, he's definitely a dangerous, not very evil person, but he's still human. And he had a family he loved. There's given plenty of clues towards us that he loved his family. If we look at lore, it's the recreation of his wife who he loved. Of then maybe even tried to use her to bring her back. 2, who he made circus baby for Elizabeth, he says. And he tells her not to go near her because he doesn't want her to get hurt during a certain time period and all that. Because he knows how dangerous circus baby was. 3, he leaves Mike alone when he's been frustrated and tired out from work or whatever he was doing during that time. And then 4, or crying child, or Evan as some people call him, or it's more likely name of Evan, which I'm not 100% certain, but seems like it may be. Him he was overprotective of and was determined by extreme means to protect his son. And even after he died, he promised to put back together. So the thing is, people just take him to the extreme of just being a heartless monster who wanted immortality, when the reality is, really, I think the fandom is the one pushing that. The Scott Coffin is being pushed into the idea and not being able to show William Afton's family side, like bits of him other than just he's a heartless killer. He's tried to before, I think. We have all seen it in FNAF 3, where you get the choice as the puppet to forgive William when he asks for forgiveness or not. That, I think, was supposed to be canonly happening. But the thing is, no one acknowledges it. Like, seriously, all theorists, everyone ignores it. Like, just because of, well, probably ultimate custom like Cassidy. But here's the thing, in my opinion, that there's more people who died because of the influence of William Afton. So there's plenty of people that could have been the 6 spirits behind the puppet, which, by the way, is way more than the 6 we know. Because really, the puppet has to be controlled by Charlie, and really, in my opinion, Charlie has to be inside the puppet. So how is he able to control him while being outside it? Really, that confuses me a bit. So I think there's actually a lot more than what we know what's going on. I'm just like, really just sick of the whole thing of William Afton just being 1 heartless monster, or 2 being, a pathetic man who is pure innocence. He is more like, he's not a full-on demon. He's not a full-on angel. In my opinion, he's one of those fallen angels, in my opinion. An angel who, like the rest of, like, that basically made some poor choices. Really poor choices. Extremely. But yeah, I ignored both sides. That he did kill children and he has definite mental problems. But he's also a caring father. Which really people make excuses to make William Afton abuse his son. Because there is no evidence of that, and it's just a garbage reason. And we don't know what his childhood life was like. That doesn't matter to the FNAF events and timelines. So people just use that as an excuse to make him look innocent. It's just a humongous mess, in my opinion. The fandom of FNAF. But I've done some weird stuff as well. In general, I really need to fix my Afton Family Reunion series, actually. And anyway, another fandom I may want to complain about is the Undertale one. Now this one, it's because of the ridiculous stupidity of AUs. Well, you see, okay, and a lot of other things actually. First, let's go and take a look at the first thing I want to complain at, which is how they treat pirates. Some people go and treat pirates like an absolute buffoon idiot, when really, Papyrus actually may know the resets and has hints and evidence towards it. He just doesn't show it as much as Sans, and yet people ignore that factoid. It just annoys me a little bit. Not only that, he actually secretly likes puns, and it's actually in the official game, and there's a few other things they can know about Papyrus, and or make him do horrible stuff to his own brother. And like when a player gets his own body thing, I'm like, are you kidding me? Not only that, don't get me started on how they treat Undyne or any of the other characters. Like, oh my goodness. Not only that, Frisk, they commonly make her or Kara the bad guy, yet the thing is, in the original Undertale, it was clued at that there was a separate entity from Frisk and Kara in order to, as us the player, it was a small hint, but then it was canonly confirmed, definitely way more acknowledged in Deltarune, and really people just say, oh no, it was just made that way in Deltarune, and I'm like, no, it has been clarified from the beginning. You all dense and do not want to take responsibility for your actions in killing monsters in the underground. I am sick of it. I am sick of everyone blaming Kara or Frisk when reality is Kara's driven insane by us, the one killing everyone in the underground. It is made clear she wanted you to stop it as she was pleading for the last person she cared about not to be killed. And you know what you did? You pushed the button. And it wasn't Kara, Frisk either. No. She can't even think for herself throughout this whole thing. It seems like she's like a puppet at this point that cannot choose her own actions. It is obviously clear that because it's clear when Frisk is, in fact, it's even clue that with when you meet Kara and all of that at the end of Genocide, it's like, wait a minute, you can go and, well, how to explain? Kara gains her own body all of a sudden. It's like, what? How did you have your own body? There was only one other body in the place she could have used to materialize herself. I'm sorry, no matter how much genocidal energy, which we still had technically speaking, you gained, she had to do something to gain a body. So she went and took Frisk's body from us and changed it to her somehow. I do not want to figure out how. And was based us. We are a separate entity from those two. We are the player, and we choose genocide, pacifist, and neutral. Really, for me, I think pacifist is the happiest ending we can give them. Although, sadly, it seems like no matter how hard pacifists try, even though they want to give them a happy ending, it seems like you only can just reset. An endless loop. Really, I wish we could give them an actual permanent happy ending. And as for, like, other things, yeah. Basically, I'm just gonna stop my rant there, but really, my problem with AUs from the Undertale fandom is basically the Sans being shipped with Sans, like custard. Sans Undertale with Sans Undertale, and I'm like, so you're saying he's they himself? Isn't that the equivalent of incense? Like Papyrus X Sans? I wanna puke. I'm sorry, but that's like magic related, or technically like the equivalent of blood related romance, which is the reason it's a problem is because it mutated children. What would happen to mutated monsters? They will probably practically become amalgamates in all honesty, which I would feel bad for those monster children. So yeah, all Sans is basically from any AUs like Ink and Era. Because they are Sanses. They are basically they themselves. Ugh. I don't get why people do that, and really it just bothers me, but anyway folks, I think that's all anything I'll do for today. Anyway, it's Crazy Boy, and I'm out of here.